Welcome to the Website Success Show, the podcast dedicated to helping women in business get more traffic and sales through their website with less reliance on social media and paid ads. I'm Jules White, the founder of the Website Success Hub, and I love helping local and online businesses make more money through their existing website. If you have a business you love, but you don't like the way your website performs, then this is the show for you. Hi, welcome back to the Website Success Show. It's Jules here, and today I'm joined by the lovely Julie C. Butler. So Julie is a virtual summit strategist and coach who helps women entrepreneurs grow their email list, visibility and income through summits, bundles and collaborations without relying on social media and paid ads. And we're going to have a chat today about how to grow your business through collaborations and generally about the lovely possibilities of growing your business without social media as well. So welcome, Julie. It's so great to have you here.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. And I'm all about social media being optional, right?
Yes.
Right, Jules? Yeah.
Absolutely. We're all there for that. Absolutely. That's one of my core messages that I love to spread the word about, is the fact that we don't have to use social media. If we choose to, then we absolutely can, really. So
Exactly.
could you introduce yourself, Julie, and let us know a little bit more about you and how and what you do and how you've kind of got to doing this kind of thing?
Sounds good. My name is Julie C. Butler. I live in Ottawa, Canada, and I kind of like, over the last 20 years, it kind of like we all do this. We go from one thing to another. I was a photographer and then, network marketing and then back to photography. But then like I realized I wanted a global online business. So but more recently, I was like, I hosted my first virtual summit in 2022 and I fell in love with it. And then at the end of 2024, I was like, you know what? I want to become a virtual summit coach. And then more recently, I'm more like, I love all ways of being able to grow consistently through collaborations, whether that's a bundle, whether that's a summit, whether that's a freebie swap or podcast guesting or whatever. So I'm kind of like focusing more on audience growth, visibility, and all that stuff. So and that's what kind of like I'm moving towards now, being able to help people help them decide what is the best fit for them, or maybe help them get to a place where they're confident enough to host either a bundle or a summit, or maybe even just participating and all of that. But honestly, at the end of the day, it's a numbers game. If we want our businesses to grow, we have to get in front of more people, and more people, we have to grow consistently. And I feel that without social media and paid ads is always another way to do it. But if you don't want to invest the money and the time into paid ads, this is the perfect way to do it. Like I've grown my email list like 1,000 plus in 5 days. Like there's no better way to do that than hosting your own bundle or virtual summit, but also being part of them can also grow your list significantly. So anyway, in a nutshell, that's me.
Fantastic. So one thing we probably should start off with, because some of my listeners might not know what a summit is. So could you just talk a little bit in real layman's terms about what a summit is and maybe the difference between that and a bundle or other sort of collaborative events, really?
Sounds good. So they're virtual events. So a virtual summit is essentially like, it's like a conference, but it's virtual. And the best part about it is that it can be all pre-done ahead of time. So first of all, we need to pick a topic and a theme and all that good stuff that goes without saying for anything we do. But you're basically having a 2 or 3 or some are 5-day event where you're going to share with them pre-recorded trainings, videos, virtual summits. They come in different shapes and sizes. Some of them are trainings, some of them are workshops, some of them are just like inspirational like chats. So they like honestly they come in different like forms, but essentially during the 3 days that you're hosting your event, you share these workshops, or I'm just going to use workshop to simplify the chat, but that you get people to sign up for like 2 or 3 weeks ahead of time. And then during the 2 or 3 days, they listen to the workshops. They can choose which ones they listen to. And so that's a virtual summit. And then like the gist of it.
So if you were hosting a virtual summit, would you be putting all these workshops together yourself? Would you have to create a load of workshops to do?
Right. So essentially you get guest speakers to come in. So obviously we can host a workshop ourselves, but it's just one. But for a 2-3 day event, you're getting 20 different speakers, including yourself. So you have guest experts that you find, they come and they train on a topic that is related to your event. And I always say, like, what is it that you sell in your business? Make your event about that or close to it, because then you're going to attract the right people to buy your things or join your programs or your membership or all that stuff. So you're inviting these 20 speakers, guest experts, to bring in their expertise in a training. And then in exchange, they also share it with the audience. So they're inviting their audiences to come to your event. So it's a collaborative effort, even though you're doing all the work. um, but we're dipping into other people's audiences. So just as an example, someone joined my program a couple of days ago, and I was like, awesome, where did he come from? He joined one of my virtual summits in 2023, and I could narrow down whose list he came from. And so it was from someone that was part of my event. It was someone from her audience that joined my program. And I'm a nerd when it comes to data like that. I track all my things, all my different like collaborations that I'm in, my summits and all that. And so I know where people are coming from. Plus I use Thrivecart, which has the affiliate links and information. But I know from the data that I've collected that whenever someone, whenever I get a sale, I check, okay, where did that person come from? And a lot of times they come from one of my virtual events, but someone else's audience.
Yeah.
So that's really,
Fantastic.
really powerful. And I always say, like, your net worth is in your network. And
Absolutely.
so, yeah, so finding speakers who are going to also, it's a team effort, right?
Mm.
Like, put in the promotion and promote it to their audiences as well. And then you're bringing in, like, obviously there's a science behind the madness. You want to obviously invite speakers to collaborate with you who you have a similar audience, because you don't want to have people like, this is a business we're running, right? It's not like, although some people do it for fun, these virtual events, but because we want to find our audience in other people's audiences, right? So it's important to also find people who are going to also contribute when it comes to the promotion of your event.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess as well, you want people that are going to deliver value to the people who are signing
Yes,
up as like delegates, I suppose, really.
absolutely.
You don't want, because
Absolutely.
there's so much noise online that otherwise you
Yes.
can just end up with a load of noise. But actually, if you can deliver something really valuable, then
Hmm.
yeah, yeah, I think that does make a big difference.
Yeah.
So what you said about measuring your data, one of my website growth club members this week we've been celebrating a year since I launched the membership, and she put a lovely message in the group saying about how much she has enjoyed the membership and how much she's learned. But she reminded me that she had found me through a collaboration, through an event that I was a collaborator on, so a virtual summit that I submitted a workshop for. I think it was that one was around, it was either around Google business profiles or around SEO basics, and she
Right.
had found me through that, and I hadn't really tracked that and had kind of forgotten that she had come to me through that. But it does just show the power of it, really. And that was
It
from
is.
18 months ago. I think that I was actually, I might actually know, but I think it might have even been 2 years ago. It was the Therabundle bundle and yeah, it was 2 years ago, and actually she came on as a client a year ago. So yeah, it's
I know, it's really cool and
exciting.
it's really powerful, because if
Mm.
we're trying to sell our things all by ourselves and trying to reach the masses or whatever, like, it's so much easier if you start, if you're not ready to host your own event yet, just then participate in events, because that works as equally as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm.
There's a big online summit, Elizabeth Goddard's Christmas party, Lizzie's Christmas party, and I was part of that last year, and that added 1,000 people to my email
Yeah.
list within just
Yeah,
that
I've been in
fraction
her
of time.
events before too, and
Yeah.
it's by the thousands. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, which is really
Mhm.
exciting as well when you see that sort of growth coming on and people coming in, they're interested in thing that you put into the bundle as well, or summit, so yeah, there's so much possibility with it there. One thing I did want to ask you, I don't know whether you have any thoughts on this, but a lot of my listeners and a lot of my audience are people who've got like location based service businesses. Do you think this kind of event can work for businesses like that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because the thing is that I have one of my students, she is a local business, but she also has kind of like a part of, she kind of has both.
Yeah.
And she hosted an event because you're bringing in information or workshops, or hers was more of a health and wellness kind of summit. And it was awesome because she was helping local businesses promote their offers or their products and stuff like that. So I really feel like it doesn't really matter if you're a B2B business or if you're a B2C business, if you're local. I think they all work because, and like honestly, like sometimes I feel like the more niched we are, sometimes we may not attract the thousands of people, but you're attracting your exact ideal clients, and that's what matters more.
Yeah,
But I
definitely. I
don't
think,
think that,
yeah.
yeah, like I don't think there's any reason or anything that can stop us from doing that. And if anything, like some of these businesses may have a component of their business that is not local, right? Like for example, I have a friend and she sells yarn and she's opening up a yarn store. So for her, because she ships, right? So because she ships, but she also has a shop. So it's kind of like you need the people no matter what, whether it's local or not local. But if you're doing it and it's more for a local base clientele or people or stuff like that, I think it would work as well because it's the same as instead of networking in person or having an in-person event, you're just bringing it to online, right? Which is a lot easier for a lot of people because maybe some people from out of town, like Toronto, like for me, that are like that would normally travel to come, then they get access to this event without actually being there in person. So there's different ways of looking at it, but I certainly think that is, worth it and possible.
Yeah, I think one of the things as well in terms of like a big other benefit of this is actually if it was a local service provider and you can get to know other local business owners, and you
Yes.
may build you might not get a load of clients coming from it, but you might build some fantastic referral partners who then
Yes.
bring clients into your business as well,
Yes.
I say. So maybe
Mhm.
could you talk a little bit about that, about how the getting to know the other people who are also contributing, how beneficial that can be to you?
It's like the thing is that it happens organically no matter what, right? Like without realizing you're doing it, it's kind of happening. So because now you're creating relationships with these people by just even inviting them to your event, right? And then if they're contributors to your event, whether it's a speaker or whether they're contributing products or offers or whatever, you're just like building that relationship, that connection. And I think that we need to kind of capitalize on that and go the extra mile, like because some virtual events, a lot of times the speaker will record a training on their own and submit it. So there's not a lot of interaction face to face, but I know that my student, she was like having a 10-15 minute interview with them, interview slash getting to know you, kind of like, coffee chat. So that goes a long way because you starting to build the relationship with these different people, and some stick, some don't stick, and that's okay. I mean, there's all kinds, right? There's those connections that are stronger than others, but it's also brand awareness, right? Like more people are going to know who you are, what you do, and probably send people your way, or and vice versa, right? By you getting to know your collaborators, you're like, oh my God, like this is so cool what you do. And now because I know you, because we've had a conversation, I feel like I can send people your way, right? So there's all of that too, but not just that. I think like you're building your expertise as well and your authority, because by bringing in these different collaborators, you're kind of like the expert at, bringing in these people together to create this event that will help, hundreds or thousands.
Yeah, definitely. I think as well from thinking about people's websites as well, if you can show that you've been part of these events and you've either been a speaker or certainly if you've been the host, that really puts you up as the person who is the expert in
Yes.
that thing that you're bringing it together about. But even just being on there, and there will be sales pages and sign up pages and things for that, that actually then that information being out there online is really helpful, and especially moving
Yes.
into AI search, because anything we can do that shows we're an authority in what we do, and there's links then hopefully coming into our website for that, I think that's really important moving forward as well.
Yes. Yeah.
It's amazing, even if it's just a small summit, showing that you've been involved in something like that, I think is a great way to grow authority in a business, really.
Absolutely. And I think too, like let's not forget that it opens the doors to so many possibilities, opportunities, like guest podcasting, being part of other events. Like you start, like the minute you host your own event, it's like you're a go-to now. You're an expert. We want to have you as part of our event. So the minute that I hosted my first, I started getting invitations. I started getting like invited to podcast guesting, and just because you're like within that short time, you're like accelerating your success. That's how I say it. Like you're 10 times your visibility, 10 times your authority, 10 times like it's a win-win all around. It's like a package deal. It's really cool.
That's brilliant, actually.
Mm.
So from your own, in terms of how we're taught that social media is such a big thing and we've got to be on social media, generally that is the message, not obviously from people like you and me, we're trying to sort of turn the tide on this, but why do you think that collaboration and relationships, I suppose, really, do you have any thoughts on why it's so underrated by so many business owners?
I think that like it's not underrated by me now because I've been in this world for a long time, but like we hear this all the time. Running your own business can get lonely as a solopreneur, right? And I disagree. Like I have friends all over the world, right? Like obviously I broke up with Instagram, but I still go on there. I still see what my friends are doing because some of my friends, some of my biz besties are still on social media, or I can talk to them via emails or whatever, but or Facebook or whatever that looks like, right? But now I've got friends all over the place, and it's so cool because um that is key. And also like we can help each other thrive, right? Like I always say, we are better together. And I think that being able to first of all relate to other business owners, right? Having someone that you can message and be like, hey, how's it going? Like like just whatever, like it's just so empowering knowing that you're not in it by yourself, right? And once you start collaborating, whatever that looks like, if it's you just being a guest on podcasts, that's okay, but you're already building the relationships. Sometimes I'll even, like, if I feel that I have a connection with someone on Instagram or whatever, I'll just send them an email, or not an email, but a DM. And I'm not talking about a cheesy, like, this is what I do DM, like I'm like authentic, genuine, like message. Oh my God, like I love your stuff so much. This is so cool. And sometimes you can find things that you relate to, like, I don't know, like, oh my God, like my kids are this or that, and or my dogs do this and that and whatever, right? Like there's ways, if you feel like you connect with someone on social media, reach out to them. Like this is the best way of building relationships, right? And you, for example, right? You joined my school community, and I don't know how, or was it in Kylie? I can't even remember now.
I
But
can't remember how we met, actually. I was
we
thinking about
started
this.
an authentic conversation.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it was maybe because I shared, okay, let's share our podcast,
Yeah.
and if we're looking for guests, and you posted in there, and we started talking back and forth a little bit like that. And next thing you know, we're biz besties. Like
Yeah,
that's what
absolutely.
happens, right?
It
It's
really
just
is
really
though, but
cool.
it's not it's not me just following you and liking your posts and things like that. It's that real
Exactly.
connection, that real human connection. I think that's
Yes, yes.
definitely.
And now you've been on my podcast. I'm on your podcast. You'll probably be part of my next bundle or few summits and all that stuff,
Absolutely.
right? But
Yeah.
this is like it. I feel that it's so important because I think that, it's the key to. I think also it encourage us and being able to have chats with business on with other entrepreneurs around us is so important because sometimes you just can't share some of the things with like your friend or your husband or spouse, your whoever, that they just don't get it.
No, it's
Right,
definitely
like,
different conversation. And it's also things that you wouldn't then want to be posting about, but it's something that actually, yeah, if you build these friendships and build these
exactly. Oh my
relationships.
God, like I got a sale and it equals this and that and whatever, oh my God, like, like they're like, yeah, okay, what does that mean, like I have some friends that are like, what is it that you do? And they're just not in that world, right?
No,
So even if I explain it, I don't even know if it will make sense. So
no.
anyway, but having the people that you're building authentic relationships with, that some are gonna you're gonna connect with some entrepreneurs out there, and you're gonna have, like, I have a friend and she's in the UK, and once in a while we'll message and we're like, oh my God, how are you doing, how's business, like, it's so hot here because I know it's hot in the UK right now.
Yeah, it was. Now we seem to have gone back to April weather, which we didn't have in
Oh,
April, where it's
okay.
thunderstorms today and all sorts of things. It's hot one week, cold the next. It's
Yeah.
all up the creek, like everywhere. I don't mean to be British and talking about the weather, but we are we
No, we talk
unfortunately.
about the weather too. I think
Oh
it's
yeah,
a
in Canada,
I think it's a
absolutely.
global.
Just a quick break here. If you're ready to get more from your website without feeling overwhelmed, come and join us in the Website Growth Club. It's my monthly membership where we focus on one simple, actionable SEO or website strategy each month, with step-by-step lessons, live Q&As, and real support to keep you moving forward. You don't need to do it alone, and you can find out more and join us at thewebsitesuccesshub.com/grow.
Thing. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. So, if somebody was thinking about summits, and regardless of whether it was they were thinking of hosting one or thinking of being a guest, do you need to be techie to be able to do that?
Personally, I say no. And some of you that are listening, if you don't have a team, I do this all by myself. Like, I don't have a team. I do it all by myself. Obviously now, because I've done it several times, I have systems in place. I have spreadsheets and all everything, right? So I'm very organized that way. Tech nerd. I'm a tech nerd, but I'm also a spreadsheet nerd. But honestly, you can use the tools. If you want to host your own event, you don't have to have fancy tools. Actually, the last summit that we hosted, we kept it super simple. We went back to basics. It was a registration page on my website. I use Stripecart for the checkout so that they can sign up and and get affiliate links. You do need some type of form of affiliates, unless you don't have VIP upgrades, which is totally also fine. But honestly, like, and everything, the day 1 2 3 was on my website. Like, I did not use any fancy tech or softwares or anything like that. We can use what we have a lot of the times, right?
Yeah.
So, and or vice versa, if you're participating and you want to submit, first of all, the first thing I want to say is that if you feel like you don't have a big enough audience, or you don't have, you're not prepared enough, like, get that stuff out of your head, apply anyway. Because our recent summit, someone was a speaker at our summit that had zero on her email list, and we let her be part of the event because she had value to bring. And sometimes I like giving people an opportunity to grow their email list as well. So don't let that stand in the way of you applying to be part of events, because they're really, truly, it's powerful. The moment that you start showing up in these different types of events, it can build your visibility, like, and your authority, like, super, like, really, really well.
Yeah. And I guess you never know as well what's going to happen in people's businesses. I always feel like that about if I ever do any guest speaking or guest talks or guest training and things, I don't mind doing them for small groups because you never know what's going to happen to that group in the future. And also
Exactly.
you own, if there's one right person in that room, then I'd much rather have that than 1,000 people who then have no interest in then going on to buy from me or learn more about what I do.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
because what, like, if one person buys from you in the future, that is that one person that you would never, if you didn't do the thing, it, like, you would not have gotten that sale, right? So it's like, just showing your face in different places is really like, and sometimes you don't see a result out of it, like sometimes you like, I've been part of virtual summits where I barely get any leads, but to me it's just so much more than that, because when you're a speaker at a virtual event, you're sharing your expertise, your brand awareness, and even though they don't sign up for your freebie or whatever, they still know who you are now, right? So I feel like summits have a place. Like, if you're participating in summits and you get 5 or 10 people sign up for your freebie, don't get upset about that, but that's okay, because that's what matters, is building your authority, being on stages. People will start seeing you here and there and everywhere. That I think, to me, that trumps the signups. Obviously the signups are always nice, but hosting your own, obviously you get all of them. Right, like,
Yeah,
you get all of
absolutely.
them.
Yeah.
So I feel that, like, hosting a bundle, if you are participating in bundles, those tend to yield more email subscribers just because of what it is,
So
right?
what's the difference? What's the difference between a summit and a bundle?
So a bundle is not, it's not like a 2 3 day event. A bundle is a group of, I don't know, 15 to 80. I mean, the one we've been in had like 300 offers from different collaborators. So all of these different business owners will provide something to be part of your bundle that is normally a paid offer, anywhere from $9 to three, four, $500. I mean, you decide. And then you put them together. That we go back to the theme and the topic. It has to be related to that so that you start attracting the right people. But then people will sign up for your bundle and have access to all of these offers within the bundle for a period of a few weeks or something like that. So the last bundle that I hosted, it was live for 5 days, meaning that there was, during these 5 days, all of the collaborators get to promote the bundle, and then everybody who signs up for the bundle have access to signing up to everything that's inside the bundle. I grow my email list, but also so do all the collaborators. So if there's like 100 or 200 people that sign up for the thing that you provided to the bundle, usually the expiry date is like 2 weeks later, so that people have time to download your offer, your mini course, your templates, your workshop, whatever that you have included in that bundle, something that you normally sell, but you're including it in the bundle. Bundles are huge, and they're so powerful. They're a great way of growing your audience. So if you feel like, I think that summit is maybe a little bit too much for me now, like, I really encourage you should try hosting a bundle, because they're so much fun. And the last bundle that I hosted, I threw a theme on top of it. Like, it was like Bridgerton vibes. It was just so cool. Obviously, I didn't use the word Bridgerton because it's copyrighted, but everybody knew what I was like
Yeah.
trying to portray without
Yeah.
using the word. So it was really cool. And so I feel like bundles, they're just a little bit lower lift. Obviously, you have to test all the offers. So, like, I signed up for every single thing that was submitted to the offer just to make sure that everything is in order, it's working, I'm getting the emails, because there's nothing like hosting a bundle and then you didn't test them and all of a sudden you start getting emails because like 5 of them aren't working or whatever. There's some logistics to
Yeah.
a bundle, but
Yeah.
again, I'm going to keep it simple. My next bundle is going to be register on my website, sign up through my email, redirected to a website page where they can download everything. Super simple. I only need a website. If I decide to do a bump or an upsell or a tracker of some type for like, I don't know, $9 or something, that will be using my Thrivecart checkout, and I'll just redirect after they sign up. Keep it super simple.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's the best
Yeah.
way to go, really. So if somebody's
Mhm.
thinking about this, and this is sort of piqued their curiosity, do you think it's best for somebody to be a speaker or contribute something to somebody else's bundle before they host one themselves,
I
or
mean,
not?
or even signing up for bundles, like
Yeah.
sign up for something and see how it is inside, like study it, right?
Mhm.
But being part of events also is a huge help in, because then you're having the experience of an attendee, and you know, like, okay, like this is what the host is looking for. This is what they're sending me. This is what promotion and promo material they're sending me. This is like the communication that they're doing. You know, you can learn so much by being part of them, but also you can learn a lot by signing up for them. And there's no lack of bundles, they're everywhere, so you can find one that you can sign up for, even a summit. But or if you're like, you know what, I got this, I like, go for it. Like, there's nothing, you have nothing to lose. There's like no black and white, and there's no hard rules in hosting your own bundle or, you know, your own summit. If you're a person that figures stuff out, and you know, a lot of times like ChatGPT can help us with all that, go for it. I say go for it. Why wait until the perfect moment to
Absolutely.
host our thing, right? Like, just do it. You,
Yeah,
if anything,
definitely.
we learn so much from hosting our first events.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And you can help people get started with that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. So, well, first of all, I have like the school community, which is great. It's juliecbutler.com/school, and it's the event and collab growth co. I changed the name not long ago, so like, just make sure of it. But it's a place where we can have conversations surrounding different collaborations that you can do to grow your email list, your visibility, grow your authority, and all that stuff. But I also have programs to help people either host a bundle or a summit. So
Fantastic. Yeah, I'm part of Julie's school community, and I would highly recommend checking that out. I have all of my communities outside of social media that I'm in. I have them bookmarked on my desktop, and
I
it's
know.
part of the thing that I want to do is be more active in those communities. But I love your community. It's really
Thank
active in
you.
there, really buzzing, and people are in
Yeah.
there and they
I
seem to
mean,
love
you
it.
know, that's my goal. My goal is to be helpful, but obviously I'm a business owner. So there is like madness to science to my madness, right? I'm going to create a membership and all that good stuff inside the community. But honestly, like, even just being part of like a handful of communities inside of school is, it's a community type platform that you can, there's all kinds of different groups now, but that being strategic about finding communities that you can actually participate in intentionally, and then people get to know you. There's another way of getting people to know you. Then they come and join your group, and you're just having conversations, authentic conversations with different entrepreneurs, and then, or you're answering questions. Like I had one or two groups that I'm in, people were asking questions about summits. Of course, I'm going to go all in and answer, right? So there's that
Absolutely.
opportunity too, right? Like, I think it's
Yeah.
like Facebook groups, but like so much better.
Yeah, I think I made a lot of connections through Facebook groups early on in my business, and I found they
Mhm.
were really helpful. But what I love about these communities outside of social media is that you go there and you deliberately go there to spend some time in that community. So it's not like Facebook where you just end up doom scrolling almost, or always end up down
Yeah.
that little rabbit hole, or you don't have a news feed in there. So actually you go into like, I come and I look at what's going on in your community, or I see my notifications from your community only.
Yeah.
And I really like that. I think
I
it's the
like it too. I like it too.
yeah,
And also, you're not just scrolling and
yeah,
scrolling and scrolling, right? Like, and it's like super intentional, and it's just really well built, like the notifications and you know, and it, you don't want to go in like so and so's group today. You don't, right? Like, I don't have time, so I'm going to skip this one today. I'll go back tomorrow. The notifications are still all there. It's really great. Like, I really actually do enjoy it. And it's been great for like just having conversation and people start recognizing you, right? So it's the same as I feel showing up on social media, except it's more powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. And more
Yeah.
intentional. I think that's the big thing. It's one of the things I hate
Mhm.
most about social media is it just steals our attention and then ends up making us feel crap afterwards. We've been on there for an hour and, oh, why do I feel so rubbish? Because I've been on social
Yes.
media.
Yes. I know I go social media now. I'm like in the granny hobby era. So I'm like scrolling social media now to see projects about crochet projects and I really like bags and blankets too, but like I love sewing bags. So I'm like, I love those videos that are like, beginning to end and they build a bag anyways. I love that. So that's why I go on social. I'm like, ooh, what can I find today? Right.
See, I do that. Pinterest is my place to go and look for
Yes.
amazing crochet things. But I'm finding I'm getting annoyed with it now because there's lots of ones that are I can obviously AI generated images, and it's like,
I
well,
know.
if I
I
make that,
know.
it's not going to look like that, right?
Or you click on it and it brings you to a random page. Like those are
Yeah.
so annoying.
Mm.
It's like this beautiful, and some people, I mean, this is a whole nother conversation, but like some people steal other people's work
Yeah.
and then they link their website.
Yeah.
So I found that a lot. And sometimes it's frustrating because you find something good and I'm like, ooh, I want the instructions for that. And then you click on it and it's like nowhere to be found.
Absolutely.
Problems of granny
Stealing,
hobbies.
yes, stealing our attention.
Yeah.
So this has been really helpful. I definitely think that like the power of growing relationships and the power of collaborations in general is so undervalued, and no algorithm can take that away as well. The relationships that we build like just can't be taken away from us.
Hmm.
So I've absolutely loved having this chat, and I hope that it gives some inspiration for people for looking into summits and bundles of how they can actually use it for their business. Any like top tips for if someone is wanting to start finding collaboration partners? Have you got any sort of
Yes.
advice?
I mean, obviously come and join my group.
Obviously.
JulieCButler.com/school, SKOOL. It's still a newer group, so not all the different collaborations are in there yet, but that's what I'm moving towards. But I have also a resource where people can find Facebook groups where a lot of them are in to find collaborations to be part of. But also we're having daily conversations about ways to collaborate, what can you do? Like be a podcast guest, okay? Or there's different ways too, like not to mention freebie swaps and different things like that. So definitely I find that also sometimes a lot of people think that it's too much work, but if you want your business to grow, if you want your money to grow, you need to get in front of more people. And this is some of the ways that we can do that. And I also, like some of us, we want to wait until we have the right amount of number of people on our email list or the right audience on social media or have everything, set up in our business. Don't wait, like launch your business with a summit, right? And
Absolutely.
yeah, so I say just go for it. Like you have nothing to lose. And when I'm hosting a summit, I allow myself, like no word of a lie, 6 months to plan it because then I'm not overwhelmed. And then you have time to figure it out if there's missing pieces and stuff or finding the right people and stuff like that. So don't be, shy of allowing yourself a long amount of time to plan these things, but also go and be part of them
Yeah.
because it's honestly a lot of fun.
Yeah, and even just doing things like this, I think we only, as I say, I can't remember where we met, but I've definitely known of you and seen you in my world for quite some time, but it's only really about the last month or so, I think, since I joined your community. And yet we've recorded 2 podcast episodes on
I
different
know.
days and we've had chats back and forth. So even though, yes, if you're organizing an event, it might take more time, but even things like podcasting, or just if somebody is using social media, if you don't have a podcast set up or something, just doing a live together with somebody, organizing these
Yes,
collaborations.
exactly.
We don't
Or
have to
doing a
overthink it.
training in someone's community. There's
Yeah.
all kinds of things we can do. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I did a podcast episode with my friend Joe Bolton, and it was about when Instagram became Google searchable, and I was sort of saying, "Oh, well, we can put it on YouTube, and we can do this and we can do that," and she was like, "No, Jules, let's just go live on Instagram. Don't overcomplicate it." Okay, Queen of the overthinking, really.
Yeah.
So, Julie, before we wrap up, I would love you to just remind us again of what you do and share any links that we can find you? Where's the best place to find you? Let us know about your podcast as well. But
Yes, yes. So I think that if we want to hang out, I think school is the best place. You'll have that in the show notes.
yeah,
But if you're like interested in playing around with whether or not you would want to host a bundle or a summit, I have a custom GPT that is like the perfect tool that you can have a conversation with. You can grab it at juliecbutler.com/GPT. And it's an AI assistant that will help you figure it out based on what you sell and all that stuff. If bundle's the perfect, if bundle or summit is a right fit for you, it's really fun. I would love you obviously to join the community. This is where Jules and I are hanging out, and we can help you grow that email list, right?
Absolutely. Grow the email list, grow your business. And who knows who you might meet in there that could absolutely have some amazing opportunity come up in your business. So.
It's really cool because school has this map, and you can see on the map like who you're close to. It's so cool. And you're like, you look and I'm like, oh, like we really close to each other, like in the same city. Like it's just making connections with different people as well. And you're like, now you have something in common. Now you're like, it's like an icebreaker to building a relationship with like someone new that like actually lives close to you. It's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're all craving that real, that community, I think. So yeah,
yes.
Absolutely.
I
love that.
Yes.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining me, Julie. This has been really great. I've loved just having a chat about how we can sort of use collaborations to grow our business. So thank you so much. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you again soon. Bye. If you'd like to attract more local clients, grab my free local visibility checklist. It'll show you the simple steps you can take to show up in your area for what you do. You can download it at thewebsitesuccesshub.com/local. And thanks for tuning in to the Website Success Show.